It's a lot of pressure in my old age.
All right, there it is.
There we go.
Good
Then,
morning.
are
Good
you going to sing
morning.
for us this morning?
What's that?
Jeffrey, if he's
Oh,
going to sing for us this morning.
Yes, sing for us, Jeffrey. Good morning. Good morning.
Wise men say. That's it. That's all
Only
you get.
Donny Osmond songs instead.
And they call it puppy love. Is that Don Osmond?
That's it.
Love it. Love it.
Sung in the style of someone else. I don't know.
Maybe.
Someone who can't sing. Oh.
Good. All right. So what's on the agenda today, Jeffrey?
Well, today we are going to be discussing that area of our life where our hobby overlaps with the things that we love the most, or the people that we love, or the time in our life. And so we are discussing sentimental pens, or pens that have a sentimental attachment to them. And good morning, Lisa, and good morning, Carlos.
Hello.
Hey,
good morning.
Guys.
Two of my favorite people.
And we see 3 other people here too. So also hello to you guys.
Welcome all.
Maybe.
Do you want me to start with my sentimental pens, or is someone raring to go?
Go ahead. You guys take it.
Yeah. Hi, Joe.
Okay. So these are in order, and I'll keep my explanation not too long. So my sister was here this past weekend, which is always a treat. Love her to bits. And this was her pen. This is a Pilot E95S, which is writes like it's dancing on ice. It's very smooth. And this was her pen. She did gift me the Visconti Mythos Poseidon, which I also love. But this one, really quick. Hi, Nicole. That's a friend.
Hi, Nicole. Hi, Anthony.
Oh, Anthony. That's my Anthony.
Yes.
Oh, it's our day of sentimental pens and all.
I don't see comments. Wait a minute.
Oh, here.
Oh, now I see it. Sorry. Okay.
Welcome to the show.
So this one was my sister's, and she gifted it to me right before she left.
Oh.
And so it's, I think, more sentimental even than the one she gave me as a birthday gift, because it was hers and she parted with it because she loves me.
Oh,
wait, I'm not supposed to say she loves me in public. She doesn't want to be
She doesn't want to.
accountable there. The next one up is my Visconti.
So pretty.
The rainbow. I believe the official name is the Millennium Arc.
Oh.
It is a crescent filler, which I don't dare touch because when I do, I end up
squirting ink.
But just a beautiful, beautiful comfort. And this was a gift from Claire and Peter Coco for my birthday. And particularly sentimental because when I first was getting into the fountain pen hobby, Claire had done a post on Instagram about this pen. It's on Instagram. And I thought, oh, she must be an ally because, she's got the rainbow pen. Yes, rainbows exist for multiple reasons. But in my head, that was the thing that was like, and then, a year later, more than a year later, for them to gift me, my own pen of the same design was super special. Now this one is my TWSBI Eco in cerulean blue.
Ah.
And this one is sentimental to me because when I had gotten back into the fountain pen hobby, I had Lamy Safaris years ago and a Parker Urban, which shout out to Parker Urban. because that pen is a workhorse, still writes beautifully, and I love it. The Lamy Safaris didn't stick around, but this was the first pen that I purchased where I was like, oh my gosh, I just spent all that money on a pen. And it was, it's the TWSBI Eco.
Yeah.
Not that much.
But it just, it's the original.
It's
So,
it's the one that started it.
yes. So I have two more. Now, these two aren't in order, but this is a Pilot Grants. It's very thin. It is a 14 karat gold nib. Also, it's a Pilot nib. It writes really well, very smooth. This one is sentimental because it is the pen that was gifted to me in my first collaboration with a pen store, like a pen retailer. And so, it's
exciting.
Yeah, it's the first one, and I just love it. Then finally and lastly, but not the lowest, again, my sister is always prominent in my life. I was visiting her in San Diego, and it had been, a rough, we've been on a little rocky road for a bit in life. And we had gone to the Mont Blanc store, and I wanted to get a 149, a classic black 149. Well, I'm looking at the 149, and they're $1,000+, not terribly over, but around $1,000. We'll say 1,100. And I thought, that's just not, at that stage, I couldn't justify it. And I wouldn't buy a new one now at retail either. But here's my thinking, which has a tendency to run amok. I wouldn't spend the $1,100 on the Mont Blanc 149. But when we were in the store, I saw this Mont Blanc Glacier Solitaire that has a sort of mountain-shaped guilloche carving into the metal, and then is covered in this slightly grayish blue enamel. And it was about the cost of two Mont Blanc 149s. So I don't know what the thought process was.
And you felt you had to get it.
Yeah, I had a family member that was moving into, like a care facility, and had had a heart thing, a cardiac event on that particular weekend. And so we left the Mont Blanc store and then ended up going back and getting it. And it just, I never use the pen. It's very heavy. I'm always afraid of breaking it because it's, 2 mortgage payments. But it'll always be like the nicest pen that I bought with my sister. And so those are them. And she obviously featured in 2 pens, feature in more, but she's very dear to me, and she was here this weekend, and it just was fantastic. And she got me a bunch of the cutest little stickers I have ever seen of tiny puppies, and I love them. And I want to cover my entire planner in tiny puppy stickers.
Oh, man.
That's super cute.
Yeah.
Now, will you ever ink that Mont Blanc, though?
Oh, it's inked. I get on this kick where it's still excessive. I don't know. Yeah, it's beautiful. It has like a dragon on the front, which is the glacier coming down the mountain. I forget the full name of it. I'm not super great that way. It's a beautiful pen, and so it's inked up with Mont Blanc Glacier ink. And I will take it out and use it. Honestly, I think if I put different ink in it, I would probably use it more. The Mont Blanc ink is pretty, But on paper, you need the ink to
What's that
move
called?
you
Yes.
as much as the
pen.
as much as the pen. So I will try it, but it's sentimental, and I mean, it's not so sentimental that I haven't tried to sell it. If anyone watching wants to buy it, Anthony,
You
And that's okay.
this present for your mom. So, yeah. So there it is. Those are mine. There are others. My husband bought me the Sailor Pro Gear Slim in the Moroccan mint tea for Father's Day. Which now I may as well have shown it, but I'm trying to limit myself to 5. So yeah, those are my sentimental pens.
There you go.
Min says
That might be next one.
the 149 isn't as good as a 147 in his opinion. So if you're gonna spend money, you can spend a little less than 1,000 on a 147 instead.
I have a 146, just a black 146 that I bought from the Real Real. It was supposed to be a 149, but
Yeah.
you just really have to double check when you get a pen from the Real Real. I haven't had a problem with authenticity. I think I've heard that someone else might have, but it was just the wrong. It was a 146 instead of a 149. They ended up making it right. They gave me like a good discount.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. And a refund back on the pen, not like store credit used later. And it turns out the 146 is a great fit for me. Like the size. This is ultimately about the size of a 146. Certainly, but that size is perfect for me. So that worked out just great. But yeah, you can get excellent deals on previously loved. Yeah.
I always get scared. I'm like, is it going to be real? Unless it's somebody I know or somebody that refers me to somebody.
Yeah.
Like the one that you helped me get, Lau. I was like, okay.
Oh yeah.
Like, all right.
We did. I was gifted once upon a time a Mont Blanc pen, and the person who sold it to the person was not honest, and it was heartbreaking. Not that the pen turned out like I wasn't upset that it turned out to be not authentic, because the thought was certainly there. Like, I want to get you this amazing Mont Blanc pen. But yes, so the black Mont Blancs, you can normally shine a light in the cap. And what appears to be a black pen actually, as the light comes through, is a very deep, rich red. So they're precious. Yeah. So that's like an easy way. And now I have a salesperson at Mont Blanc, and so for subsequent Mont Blanc purchases, I will text her the serial number, and then she texts me back.
And then she tells you if it's real. Oh, that's a good. Okay.
Yeah. So, well, those are mine, and this albatross of a Mont Blanc I haven't been able to. It's a sentimental pen that I would be willing to part with.
Yes.
Depends on dollars, but those are the ones for me.
Those are yours.
Those are the ones.
All right. Lau, you want to go? Or you want me to go?
Sure. Yeah, I can go. And I wanted to say something about what Jeffrey, like, sentimental pens don't have to stay with you. Like, I've learned to be able to part with a lot of my pens, and by being able to look at the pens that I do have and realizing which ones kind of have more sentimental value or a sentimental value that is just closer for me, and that helps me to kind of gauge which ones I can let go of. So let's see. I wanted to first talk about kind of like the pen that first started with all my Leonardo collecting.
Yes.
So this is the Parisa Maldives. And this, I got it from Endless Pens. And when I first got it, I was just like, wow, these colors and the swirls make me think of like Hawaii. It's the only place I've been to that's kind of like a getaway vacation, but also uh, it was a time of like healing for me when I was in college,
Mm.
and I met amazing people there, learning about all the modalities of healing, and so it was just great. And then this is also this is called Blue Hawaii.
Oh, that's pretty.
It's
That is
not a limited,
cool.
and this one is the one where I was like, okay, these two together gives me that sentimental,
Yes.
makes me think of the sentimental times in Hawaii, and I almost got a tattoo there with like two friends that I just met there.
Oh, no.
We're like, let's get turtle tattoos. I was gonna get a turtle tattoo, but then I was like, this is too early for me
Oh,
to do
gosh.
that. I now thinking about it, I probably should have. Yeah, so amazing, great friends, and great experience. Um, and then this one is the Platinum Kanazawa
Oh, that's pretty.
Makie.
That's
That's
Uh,
very
cool.
pretty.
yeah, this is the very first like big grail pen that I was going after when I first started. And I was like, this is so pretty. I love I love autumn so much.
Mhm.
And it makes me, think of the times where my family we would get together during the fall and like rake all the leaves,
Mhm.
and then we'd hold the bags together because there's just so many leaves, and it like it would just get all over the place. But then my two of my siblings would hold the bag with me, and then my dad would just pour all the leaves in there. So just
Oh,
good family time.
oh, that's
And
cute.
yeah, it made me wonder like how do other people deal with all these leaves? But it's a great family time memory for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cute.
We had to rake them and then onto a big tarp and then drag it into the woods and like dump them out, but then
Dump
part
'em?
of them would blow back anyway. So maybe
Yeah.
that's for the yeah.
Yes. No, but it's great. And so and despite the memories that and sentiment that this gives me, like it's at the same time like it's not the most comfortable, so I'm able to like tell myself if I need to sell this, it's okay.
Yeah, especially if you don't use it or if you don't like how it writes, then
Mhm.
Right.
Exactly. Um, and then this one is the First Snow
that
Platinum.
one's pretty.
Yeah. Um, let's see. I was gonna talk about like my very first platinum where I that's when I knew that platinum pens are really I love the writing experience of platinums, but I
Mhm.
hate the American versions. They're just so blah.
Yeah.
And so seeing all these, I kind of got into a platinum kick now. But this one is called First Snow, and I was born in December, and I love the snow. It's cold, and every year I hate the cold, but then I
Mhm.
kind of just get into the groove because I'm used to it. And so whenever I see snow falling, it's so so pretty, and it just makes me think of Christmas and family time, being cozy.
Yeah.
That's what this pen brings to me, and I,
Aw,
I love writing with it, so it's
makes it even
perfect.
better.
What
Mhm.
ink do you have in there?
I have cashmere rose.
Ah,
Yes, the ink that you gave me, sample. I don't do the diamond ink vent because it's just so much ink. And every time I watch people's videos, I'm like, I only like 4 of those inks, so it's gonna be
Mhm.
a waste on me.
yeah.
So, but Cashmere Rose is gorgeous. It's such a
That
beautiful
one's
ink.
pretty.
Yeah.
You sent me a sample of that too, and I don't think I've used it yet. I have to use it.
Let's see, and then I have one last pen here. This is the newest Leonardo
Oh, the newest.
Ooh.
Do you have
Dragon
more
Heart.
Leonardo pens or Sailor pens?
Ooh, I have more Leonardos.
See, I always thought that watching your videos, I always thought you would have more Sailors, but then all of a sudden you went into Leonardo's.
Yes, I did have more Sailors, but I sold a lot of my Slims. And that's why they're very similar. I have 14 sailors and about 16 Leonardos.
Oh.
Yeah. But yes, this one is by Clarissa.
Yeah, that one's so pretty.
It's amazing. And I found the perfect ink for it. It is Waringul's something the King. It's one of the newest. What's that? Yeah,
Is it
the young king
or the boy king? Something.
Yeah, the young king, and it's this gorgeous pinky, but mostly red. It's got gold shimmers, and so it's just a perfect red match to this pen. And it's got some nice like dark haloing, so it's perfect.
Wow.
This pen is like my friendship pen with all my fountain pen people and friends, and Clarissa being one of my amazing friends. I just love her so much, and she reached out to me to work with them at the San Francisco Pen Show. And so I bought this before she even said that, and I'm like, this is our friendship pen. And
that's cute.
And so when she asked me to work with them at Leonardo, I was like, I'm just so happy, over the moon right now. So
I wish I could have gone over there. You were so excited on your video when you were talking about it.
Yeah.
That's the one that she raffled at the DC show. Remember?
Yes.
And I wanted to win it so bad.
Oh,
next to the lady who won it, but that was as close as I got.
Wow.
I was prepared that if I won, Carmen was getting the pen. Like there was no
attachment with it.
And not to steal the floor, but I have a friendship pen with Lau as well. I kind of really met more so.
Oh, I remember the pen.
A Nouveau Blue Esterbrook Esty with an extra fine flex nib in it, and was fully prepared to remove the nib when I got it and put a different nib in, and I loved it. And it was Lau's mind control way of getting to use fine nibs, extra fine nibs.
You weren't a fine person before then.
No, I was a medium. I was a medium guy, but yeah.
Oh wow. What is time? Does Carmen have a glam squad? Yes, it's called me.
Yes, Carmen is the glam squad.
Listen, I don't go out of the house if I don't put makeup on. Because the day that you go out and into the street and no makeup, that's when you're going to bump into 20 million people.
Yep.
So. Anyway, I like that other question Tim had too about if you hate that one. If you hate the writing with it.
Is there a pen you hate to write with? In other words, one you don't like but continue to use. That was the pen that I was just talking about there. Yeah, it's really that's a really good question, because there are a few pens where you hate it but you also love it, and you want to try to love it. It's a struggle, and this is mine because it's so tiny. I have small tiny hands compared to some people, and but still, like, some pens are just way too thin. Like, it's like a ballpoint pen that we're all used to, but in a fountain pen world, it's you have to hold your pen and write with it a little differently. So it's not ergonomic for me.
I have one. It's not that I don't like how it writes. It's a Waterman. It's one of their starter Waterman pens, and Carlos got it for me. So I like it because he got it for me. But it's when you're writing with it, it's thin. I've gotten so used to writing with thicker fountain pens. So that one I don't use as much because of that, because it's thinner. And then my angel skin, my Leonardo angel skin, I loved it, but I hated writing with it. I didn't like the nib. And that's the one that Kirk Spear tweaked it for me. So now I like it. Now I like that one a lot.
Good. I have a hate writer pen. I think you know, because I keep struggling with my vanishing point. I want to love that pen so much. It's deep yellow. It's kind of, the deep yellow is like kind of a little darker than this. And I love that it's retractable. I just think it's so cool that that clip is right in my way. And I keep trying.
And your hands are bigger, so I could see where it would be in your way.
I
The
hold
lefty.
Yeah.
tear it out, you know. I'm like, so I really want to love the pen, but
It's time to sell it. That's the solution. Get rid of it.
Huh? Yeah, that's always a final solution.
Anyone want to buy a deep yellow vanish? No.
Put it on your Instagram. All right, my turn.
Yes.
All you.
Carmen's turn.
All right, it's all me. All right, so my first, it's in no order, and I love all my pens, but this is my first one, the Twisby, the smoke.
Ooh.
Okay.
The smoke one.
That one is gorgeous.
Isn't it pretty? And
So
the
pretty.
nib, I love how this pen writes. Love it. I started my fountain pen with a Kaweco, because everybody starts with a Kaweco, and it was from Amazon. I loved it. So that's my first pen, but I don't consider it my favorite pen. And I wanted to go to Yoseca. So for Mother's Day, Carlos drove me, well, an early Mother's Day. We drove into New York and we went to Yoseca, and this was my first real pen. I called it my real pen. So I love this one. I won't get rid of it.
And you should. It writes good writing.
And it writes, it writes so nice. So, and the only thing I don't like, and I have to remember to just ink a little less. You can write for months with this because it's so big.
Yeah.
The inkwell. And then I hate throwing away ink, but then I get tired of it after a month. So I have to remember to just put a little less.
Yes.
Then my next pen, I've talked about this pen all the time. How can this not be my sentimental pen? My espresso martini.
Oh yeah.
Espresso martini.
Because my blank, like there was no other blank out there like this. It was my blank. That Tim from Turn Pen Co. made for me. And then Bart made me the pen. So this is my sentimental. Want to keep it forever pen.
So pretty.
Yeah. I have a nib. I forget what nib it is. Maybe when we go to the DC show, I might get Kirk to make me some other nib for it. Or I can get a gold nib.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was, yep.
That's the ticket.
Nib, and then have Kirk grind the nib.
That's it. I'll get it from him at the DC show.
Yeah.
Actually, he's going to be at the Philadelphia show. So that could be it.
Okay.
What is Carlos saying? I guess Carmen is due for another. Yes, I am trying to go to Yoseca. No, I'm going to the Penn Hospital.
But I mean, aren't they close?
Yeah, you can visit them both.
Yeah, you could. I mean, once you're in the city, you could just take a train and you could go on a pen day. But no, but I do need to go to Yoseca again. All right, then my next one. There's no odor. Okay, this one. This is the Gioia. I can't say it. My accent, but look at do you see the
what's it? Oh, it's a lady. Who is this person?
Oh, the cameo.
The cameo.
Oh, yes.
It's the cameo, and it's actually a seashell, and they're all done by hand. So this is very special. This is from the Penn Hospital. I got too excited. From the Penn Hospital, the very first time I went, I just wanted to see it, and I was so overwhelmed with so many pens. And I was looking at different little pens, and Carlos kept bringing me back to this pen. And I'm like, no, I don't want it. I just want like Navalar or anything like small. And he picked it. So that's why it's special. It's a little heavy. I love it. And because I feel like it's so delicate, and it has a seashell on the clip too. You see it?
Oh,
The clip?
Seashell flower.
Seashell, yeah. So
Stunning.
this I won't take out of the house because I'm too afraid. I use it and I just put it down very gently
Yes.
and the nib is really nice.
Is it
So
a
that's
gold nib?
special. Huh?
Is it a gold nib?
It's a gold nib. It's actually my first medium nib, which I kind of don't like mediums too much, but it doesn't bother me on this one. Oh,
Okay.
what are we saying here
You
now?
can always get it grounded too.
That's true. Then
Carlos
the next
says,
one what is Carlos saying?
you need to spread the pen pleasure and not go to both in one day. There's a method to his madness.
We need excuses to go into the city.
Right?
Sounds like a weekend trip to me.
Say what?
Sounds like a nice weekend in the city.
I know. I love it. I love that pen. And then, of course, would you think this was not one of my special pens, my Leonardo?
I figured.
Oh,
Pearl one.
you had to fight for that one.
I not only had to protect
That's
it,
a good memory.
I had to protect. Actually, yeah, that's the funniest story about it. But it was my first big pen. Oh, who's calling? Say hello. It's my first big DC pen show. Salvatore was the one that put the nib on it. So I got to see him do it. So this is very special. I won't get rid of this pen.
And people were going nutso when you posted.
When I posted it.
Oh.
Was that the only one there?
Huh?
Was that the only cappuccino mother of pearl there?
The first day there was 2.
Okay.
And me, my crazy, I knew which one I wanted. Why? There was something special about this one that I liked. And then we went to lunch and I couldn't eat because all I kept thinking about was this pen. And when I went back, there were 2 together and I didn't see them. And one had sold and this one was the only one left, which is the one that I my eye on.
That's awesome.
But then the whole thing with that guy, I got so excited. I just took it. Well, I paid for it, of course, and we ran. And then at night I posted it, but I could not remember the name of the pen. And I posted it and then I had 20 million questions. What pen is it? They were even messaging Salvatore to know which pen it was. So then I had to do another post with the name because I got too excited.
And he didn't post that pen online at that time. So
no. He actually looked the second day that we went back to get the actual name, he had to go on his website. And at that point they didn't have any more or any yet. So
rare. Love it.
I know. That's what makes it even more special. It's because it's rare. It's like just I was going to say just like my espresso, but now my espresso, there a whole bunch of makers have this blank. So
yeah,
but that makes it cool too. You know?
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh,
good morning, Martha.
Do you know who that is?
I think
a friend of yours,
sister.
That is my sister.
Oh, it is my sister. Hi. Hello, Martha.
It's a family affair here today.
Yes.
It's a sentiment.
I know.
Episode.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay, I have one last pen. And this one's really sentimental.
Oh, yes.
You see it?
We know that one.
It's the Sailor Friends, the brown, but it's the one, wait, let me see. Let me focus my vision. It's the one with the little bear on it. You see it? And this pen, I had been looking for it all over the place. I couldn't find it. So when I went to the DC show, that's what I wanted to find. Couldn't find it. Then the second morning, Jeffrey sends me a message and he goes, "Where are you? I found you the Sailor pen." And Lisa and him had found it at this vendor that I had walked by 20 million times, but I didn't even think of looking. I don't even know if he was there that first morning. I don't know, Jeff. Was he?
I don't know, because sometimes they sell stuff and then they like move it around and
and I kept looking for like somebody who just sold Sailor. It was my first pen show, so I I didn't know what I was doing. But Jeffrey and Lisa found it, and they had the guy hold it for me, and I ran downstairs and found it and bought it.
Ooh,
But the
yay.
reason why it's sentimental is I don't know who started it, if it was Carlos to Anthony or Anthony to Carlos. We call Anthony Baby Bear. So he calls me Mama Bear and Carlos Papa Bear. So, and then when I saw that this pen had a bear, I'm like, oh, it reminds me of Anthony. So that's why it's sentimental. I will not get rid of this one.
And it's a gorgeous color. Like it's
I
perfect for you.
love the color. And then I even have the little bear clip thing. And then Jeffrey sent me this little clip with the bear.
Oh.
So I have my little bear collections thanks to my little baby bear.
Mhm.
Yeah, we had to, like, Lisa had to stay, and then I had to, the cell reception inside the main room of DC was not cooperative. And so, I had to make my way out, and we're telling the guy, like, just hold it, I'll be right back. And I'm trying to find the 2 square feet of the ballroom at the edge of the room by Kirkspear, where if you held your phone up in the air,
You get some reception.
and hoping that she would be in a part of the building where she would get the text. And then, I mean, it was as exciting to have found it for her because she wanted it.
I wanted it so bad.
Oh.
And it was a great price too. Because I did see it like people selling it on eBay and stuff for like double the price. I'm like, no, I don't think so. So he had a really good price. And it wasn't used, it was new.
That's good.
So that's my special pen. My
I
little
loved it.
I actually, you're not gonna believe this.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't inked it yet.
Why am I not surprised? Carmen, this is my perception. She'll save it for special, and I'm like,
and that's typically not me.
When is special ever coming? Right?
The special is every day.
For Christmas.
Okay.
For Christmas, which isn't like me because I'll buy anything, clothes or anything, and it's on the next day. Like I don't wait. Meanwhile, Carlos will have stuff in the closet with tags on for like years.
Yeah.
And I'll rewrap it for Christmas and give it to him. And he goes, "Oh my gosh, this is so nice." I did that once. Me, no, but for pens, I do that. For pens, I have special ones I don't want to ink up.
We'll have Anthony.
I'm going to ink it up. Anthony is actually going on a year travel.
Oh.
And it starts in February, I believe. So that's when I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it when he's on his trip.
Okay. Yes. You will use it every day. Remind you of him.
Yes. Until he gets back. And then at that point, I might have to get a new nib.
Yeah. At that point, you'll
wear out the sailor nib.
I know. But that's it. Those are my favorite ones. My sentimental.
There's not a red one over there, Carmen?
Yes. I do have a friend's pen too. That was the pen that started our friendship.
Yeah.
Was that little what brand is it? Genhal?
It's not even, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's some weird other name that I don't remember. I remember when I was making the video for Valentine's Day, I kept having to look at the pen because I couldn't remember the name. But it's a cute pen.
It is. And you had issues with it. And it worked fine for me.
Carmen, I always have issues.
Send them
it's
over.
not the pen, it was you.
Yeah, pens, not pens. You know.
No, I love that pen. That's another pen I'll never get rid of.
Oh. Yeah, I can't get rid of the Nouveau Blue. I mean, not that I would. I had to lose not all other Estabrooks because that astronaut's going nowhere, that ebonite one. But if I had to lose all other non-ebonite Estabrooks, I would keep the Nouveau Blue.
I like that one. That one's very pretty. I like that color.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Did I show you what I got on from Etsy? You see that?
Oh, so I
That
saw.
little bling? Isn't
Oh.
that cute?
Oh my gosh! Wow.
It's a like a little cuff
Does
thing.
it stay on there pretty securely?
Yeah,
Oh,
I was kind of questioning how it would stay, and it's not. Oh, now I can't put it on. Hold on.
oh, oh no. No, but
Breaking.
that's super
I
cute.
mean,
Like, what is it made of?
is it like perfect or anything? You know, like eh, I think it's adorable.
Jewelry for your pens.
Huh?
I said it's like jewelry for your pens.
How can I not have a little bling on a pen?
That
Yeah,
is
it's not.
very. And when you hold it just like there, it looks like you have flowers in your hair.
There you go. This, I don't know if you guys know, her name is Helen. She was at the DC show, in the same makers room. Helen's Crafts, New Jersey, NJ, NJ. And she makes pen sleeves. But she was at the Tokyo Pen Show last week, I
Yeah.
think.
Mhm.
Okay.
And somebody over there made them and were selling them. So she brought, I think it was like 13 she brought, and she had it on her shop. So I got one. I think it's
That is
adorable.
super
The
cute.
name sounds really familiar.
She was, when you came into the DC show at the makers room,
Okay.
as soon as you came in, going towards Patrick's pens,
Okay.
going towards him. That's where she was at. And I think because she sold them pretty quick. I know Lexi loved it, and she was going to go and buy one from her. She was going to get more in. So little shout out to
Okay.
her. Really cute.
Mhm.
I love it. So what
Very
else is going on?
cool. Well, I showed you two, but I'm gonna go Sailor ballpoint pen, which is part of the Sailor Tea Time series. This was like I think the first one, the
Mhm.
Fika one.
Mhm.
But Lau had shared the great idea for the scone.
Mhm.
Wouldn't want to keep a Pro Gear Slim, but you need a ballpoint pen certainly.
Mhm.
And so as I'm trying to shop backwards to collect all of the Tea Time,
Mhm.
Tea Time Around the World collection, I didn't want another Pro Gear Slim necessarily either. I couldn't find the Pro Gear at a reasonable cost, but then the ballpoint pen was very reasonable on eBay.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's my newest ballpoint pen.
Addition.
It
That's a good
looks
idea for
so
me and
pretty.
Carlos, because he doesn't like fountain pens. So I
Uh-huh.
can get us matching pens, but he'll have the ball pen
Yes.
and
Yes.
I'll have the fountain pen.
That's perfect. Oh my
Don't
gosh.
tell him. It might be a Christmas gift. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Just in case.
But he's here.
Oh, keep it low. Keep it on the low, people.
Yes.
On the logo.
Whisper.
Did you see that Sailor has some new inks that are coming out? And I told you, Jeffrey, but
I
it's
know.
inspired by food. This one, this
I
set.
know you can't send me links to new inks. Remember, I'm on an ink timeout
You're on an ink diet.
all 2025 unless it's like a sample, because we do an ink swab.
Mhm.
But I have 244 full bottles of ink.
Full bottles. Ooh.
Yes.
No,
And
you're
then
only getting
you have
200 stickers.
what?
You're
Any
only
more
getting 200 stickers.
Well, then how am I supposed to look at the? I mean,
I'm gonna have to go just make another 100. Go up to 300 at this point.
I'll figure it out.
No.
But yeah, so you can't be sending me inks because all of those were great too. And I thought, well, I could just this last
Just stop.
seriously.
Do you guys rather? I know somebody who refuses to buy samples. She'll rather buy bottles.
Mm.
You too?
I do, because say it's like 2 samples, right? Depending where you get them, they can be, $4 to $7 or whatever. And then you're paying shipping. So
Mhm.
I'm, paying shipping for 3 milliliters of ink. But then if I love it, I have to pay shipping again.
True.
Then I've
I
bought
hate it.
the sample. Yeah, um and I just think of, the health of the planet with all the extra
Boxes.
Stuff going on.
yeah, and just travel. I just prefer like the bottle. And if I don't love it, I'll gift it to someone who does, or use it, break it out into samples for swaps. But
Yeah.
I mean, ink, there are some pricey inks, but I just really.
I'm always afraid. How about if there's samples I've gotten that I've hated that I'm like, no, I'm not using it. So I'm thinking if it were a bottle, and now I have more of you guys that I can send samples to. But when I started, I didn't have anybody, so I was like, well, who am I going to give this ink to if I don't like it?
This whole bottle is a waste now.
When I first started, yeah, I bought samples, except I bought a full bottle of Organic Studios Nitrogen and Ferris Wheel Press Edwards Garden. So.
And you loved Edwards Garden.
I loved it.
I still do. I haven't used it. My favorite ink, surprisingly, is blue, and it's Van Diemen's Bioluminescence.
Yeah.
It has this really cool depth to it.
Wait, hold on, because I'm not even paying attention. I love the pen that Tim just said. What's his
Wait, how? That's so funny. Tim says,
when Tim was young in the early 1920s,
oh my God.
they had ballpoint pens, and it was clear, like the body was clear, and there would be like a pinup girl, and she'd have a bathing suit on, printed on like a little piece of acetate.
Yeah.
Well, then you turn the pen upside down, the little acetate with the bathing suit would slide off, and they have ones with gentlemen on them, and I have not sent your November ink swap box out, so
that's what I might get.
And I hope Carlos doesn't get mad at me for sending you
a gentleman.
A gentleman. I want to know, is that pen still around? That might be a collectibles item right now. Oh my God.
Joe's grandpa
I just vaguely remember, but I thought it was like maybe it was that. I thought it was a Huda. Oh my God, I can't talk. That just threw me. A hula girl.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm composed now. Tell me about the ink, because now I don't know what you were saying.
I don't remember. What was I saying?
Your favorite ink, I said.
Favorite ink. Bioluminescence. It just is really, there's a real depth to it. But I mean, how do you top a nudie pen? I'm done.
I know. It's like that just did it. We should have waited to have that to close the show.
Well, see, and I thought maybe I'd get a Mont Blanc for Christmas, but I'll just order him a nudie pen.
Right.
You know what? Everyone gets a nudie pen.
Everybody gets one. Are they still around?
We got to find this and show it to people.
They do. It'd be fun, though, to find him a vintage one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Lisa, you're not exempt, because I did see one on eBay, I think, that Lisa and I love England and a whole of the United Kingdom, but they have one that's like the guard at Buckingham Palace, with the hat. Big hat, and you tip it over and then he's naked.
That one's a good one. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Lau, do you have a favorite ink?
Favorite ink? I used to. I mean, I still do. I love teal inks, and Pelikan Edelstein Apatite will
Mm.
kind of always be my favorite because it's turquoise and then it shifts to teal, like really green.
Oh,
It's so cool.
oh, that
Um,
sounds really pretty.
yeah, and it's just a plain simple ink, but it's one of Pelikan's ink of the year from 2022.
Mm.
Yeah, and I have a full bottle. I will always kind of have it in a pen, but yeah,
Oh, wow,
it's
that sounds really pretty.
Yeah.
You can't find that anymore, though?
I don't think it's sold, in many places because it was a limited. Yeah.
I hate when they make limited inks and then you fall in
Mhm.
love with it and then you can't find
Yeah.
it anywhere.
Yep.
I don't like that.
Mhm.
And you, Carmen, favorite ink?
Triple chocolate was always my favorite from Diamine.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that.
Actually, it was my first ink. Oh, it was the first ink that I bought at Yoseca with this pen because I thought
Oh.
chocolate brown.
Yeah.
They inked it for you, and
Mhm.
I didn't know. I was overwhelmed on the color, and I've always liked brown. And Alex, she used to work there. She recommended it, and I love it. So that's my one of my favorite ones.
Mhm.
But I don't. Other than that,
Oh,
not too much.
Oh.
Oh, what happened there?
Lisa asked me if I like California teal. I do have. I had California teal. It's to me, I feel like California teal is like a forest green, or at least like when it gets dark shades. And so I did end up giving that one away to Lisa, not Lisa Dodd, but Lisa Nelson. So
No.
yes, yeah, yeah. But the colors, it's still really pretty.
just I need to acknowledge. uh,
What did you
so when
do?
I said I had the 244 bottles of ink, and Lisa says that we're all swatched in one grueling day.
You did it all in one day.
I mean, if you haven't put two, Lisa Dodd is my sister, and when she was here, we swatched all of them on new Waringle cards and
Mhm.
a passport insert. And it took forever.
Wow.
Been issued a warning that I need to swatch my inks as I get them because she will never assist me. Well, that's not true. She won't assist me with that again until my 55th birthday. And so I either have to save up all ink for 5 years and have her help me again, or just watch them as I get them. But I feel like if I save them for 5 years, that would be a full stop, hard no.
Yeah,
No.
that's too much.
See, inks, I'll swatch right away. I won't ink up a pen right away, but I'll swatch my inks right away. I need a nice teal. Now that you're talking about teal, that has like a shading.
Good shading to it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You know
Well,
that when I first used my first shading ink,
mhm.
I didn't like it because I thought it was something wrong with my pen.
Oh yeah. So was it like too light? Like lots of light parts?
Yeah, and I thought
Mhm.
I thought it wasn't supposed to do that. And then when I realized
That
hello,
is, yeah, that is
that's what it
shading.
is. And now I love them, but there was one that you sent me, Jeffrey. I forgot which one it was that had a lot of it was a reddish tone, but it had green in it. I forgot which one it is, which one it was, but a teal with a nice shading would be cool.
Okay.
I sent you a red one with teal or a teal one with.
No, it was a red one with like a greenish shading to it.
Or sheen.
Sheen.
Interesting.
I forgot which one it was.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. But
No, I haven't kept a list of all of the inks I have sent you.
I do.
Do you have a list of the inks I've sent you?
Yes, when I swatch, yes, I do. Because when I swash it, I put from Jeffrey.
You got a target on all of those inks now. I have tons of tealing, so I can like do a little video pass of all my teals, and you can decide which
That's
one
a
you want,
nice
and
idea.
I'll let you know which one shades.
Yeah, Lisa and Lau should do a ink swap. She probably has a lot of colors you'd like.
Ooh,
And
yes.
a good way to make new,
Yeah, new pen friends.
new
Yeah.
pens.
I know. It's always fun.
All right,
Well,
it's
I think-
almost time.
Yes.
A
So
pen
next week,
Black Friday's coming up.
Black
Yes.
Friday is indeed coming up. So
Let's see.
no
And-
posting of coupon codes, Lau Cephas.
No, but okay, so I'm just showing everybody this is the Endless Pens Kilk pen that is releasing during the Black Friday. I think it's actually probably this week. It's called
The 15th.
Yggdrasil.
Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah. It's so pretty. That's the pen I wanted to get.
That's pretty. I don't have a pen that I'm getting on Black Friday.
That's good.
I have some commission from Atlas that I didn't use at Fountain Pen Day, and then there's some in pending that I hope becomes available to use. I thought I was going to get the. So do you remember I said I got the stainless steel Lamy 2000? I ended up canceling that order and just waiting. I have a lot of new pens at the moment, and I kind of want to work through them. But I definitely will probably get a pen because there is also. I don't know if you saw that Esterbrook brought the Cobalt SD back for a limited time. But they also had the Nouveau Blue in a button fill.
Oh, okay.
You like that?
I did. I thought because I don't have any of them from Esterbrook that are a button fill.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost bought it, and then Lisa and I were talking, and I'm like, it's not going to write any different.
No.
And I already have the Nouveau Blue that I'm not willing to part with. So I ended up not getting it, but I'm kind of hoping there's some great deal on Fountain Pen Day at Atlas that I will be motivated.
Will you not, depending on the filling mechanism that the pen has, will that stop you from buying a pen?
I don't know that I would buy another button fill that didn't have an ink window. Because, those can be a little persnickety. Like, you really have to get the button just right. My Nettuno does not have an ink window.
My Cameo.
Yeah.
I can't see it, and I don't like it.
It's just, I can't tell. So if it had an ink window, I'd be fine. But generally, no. I prefer converter just, because it's easier. And so I think there is, Atlas has a Ebonite Aurora that is beautiful.
I saw that one.
But I also don't really have any no, I do have 2 Montegrappas. Never mind. I have enough. That's the thing, is I have enough.
More.
Yeah.
Using that commission at a time when things, when I can leverage it for the best pen possible.
Yeah. You know which ones I don't like, besides the ones that don't have the ink window, the vacuum ones.
Yeah.
Really?
No, because when you fill it, like I only have one, it's a Twisby, and I use it when we go away for the plane. And I don't like it because you can't, if you keep it closed, then the ink won't go through. But I hate having it a little bit open. So I only use it.
Okay. Yeah, some people don't mind that, but I'm kind of surprised how many people don't like having the little end opened a little bit.
I don't like it open. I feel like it looks ugly. I don't like it.
I thought it was going to be the filling that you didn't like, so I went to get.
Yeah, there's different ways to fill.
Yeah.
Well, you actually screw the pen onto the inkwell. So when you're vacuum filling it, it's like you're about to give someone a vaccine.
Yeah. I have that one. It's not the actual filling of the pen I don't like. I don't
Yeah,
like
having to keep it
it
open at the end.
open. Right. That's
Mhm.
what I don't like about it.
Yeah.
So what I do is I start writing with it and let the ink go down a little bit, and then
Yeah.
I close it up.
And that's
open
totally
it up.
fine.
Yeah.
I think that
Well, folks,
same thing.
we've reached that time of the day.
It's 1 hour.
Carmen was going to sing "So Long Farewell" from The Sound of Music. You're going to sing us out? Okay?
No, I don't sing. My niece does. I don't. She clearly did not inherit that from her aunt.
Yeah, you shared some of her videos, and it's very talented.
Yeah, I don't have that talent.
Right. Well, then we will see you next week. Same time.
Same time next week.
That
Same
channel.
time, same channel.
All right. Thank
Bye,
you for joining,
everybody.
everyone. Bye.
Don't forget to like.
Yes.
Like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend.
Yes. See
Yes.
ya.
All right.
Bye.
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 How do you